Hello, and welcome to How to Get Over Your Breakup in 12 Easy Steps. My name is Barbara Stevens. In case you haven't joined me on my other 3 webinars, I'm a specialist breakup recovery mentor, and I'd like to thank you for attending and listening to this 4th webinar in a 4th-part series of webinars called How to Get Over Your Breakup in 12 Easy Steps. If you've missed the previous 3 webinars, they are available for you to listen to for free on my website, barbarastevens.com.au, under free resources. I value your time, so I won't talk about myself for too long, but I want to give you a short overview on what I do. So my passion is to work with women who have gone through their breakups by helping them regaining their confidence through my 12 inspirational step program so they can embrace life again. I'm going to offer a free 30-minute sound session with me as a thank you for listening to this webinar, and I'll tell you more about this offer at the end of this session. So first of all, I'll give you an outline on what we will be covering today, and I also wanted to tell you my expectations of this webinar and what I'll be offering you today. I want to make sure that I'm giving you valuable content that is honest and straightforward. I want to give you key skills and strategies and tools that you can take away and implement in your lives now and start to make a difference in the way you act and think. I want you to know that I've been there and done that. I want to share my experiences that I've had with my own divorce and some of my clients' issues that may resonate with your own. Of course, I won't be mentioning any names of my clients, just their circumstances and common issues that we all have when we have experienced a relationship breakup, and trying to regain our confidence so that we can embrace life again. And I want to give you access to free resources and my blogs that I have written and posted through my website, www.barbarastevens.com.au. As with my other webinars, you will need a pen and some paper, or you can just pause this webinar to do the exercises. So we're going to complete a few small exercises, which you will need to write things down that are true for you. So there'll be ideas that you can explore at a later date. So my webinars are about some talking from me and some doing from you, which I think works best if you really want to make positive changes in your life. Just hearing me speak is not enough. You actually have to do some of the work for yourself in order to create real changes and see the benefits. I have developed my 12 inspirational step program so that I can help women to get back on track after their breakup. So often after a breakup, confidence is shattered, you feel lost and alone, and you don't know where to turn. And I'm going to cover the last 3 steps in this 12-step program in this 4th and last webinar. So the steps I'll be covering in today's webinar is step number 10, finding love. Step number 11, ideal future, and step number 12, positive vision, which happens to be my favourite one, and you will see why when we get to it. So as I've said before, I value your time, and for those of you who have listened to webinars 1, 2 and 3 have heard my background. So I won't go into it again and possibly bore you, but I will share my own insights based on my experiences when we cover the 3 steps today: finding love, ideal future and positive vision. So let's get started with step number 10, finding love. So breakups can have a devastating effect on your ego. Often your self-confidence has been shattered, and it may take a while before you are ready to consider dating other people again. There is no time limit attached to when you should consider getting back out there and dating. Some people take a lot longer to get to this stage. Others jump right back into the dating scene. It's all about when you feel you are ready. Don't be pushed into it by other people's opinions or what you think other people think you should be the right amount of time before you start a relationship again. It's about you being comfortable and feeling confident and sure enough to start the process of meeting other people and beginning a possible relationship. It's not easy to restore the trust needed to commit to another person again. After a relationship breakup, we have been hurt. We tend to build defensive walls around our hearts and avoid getting in vulnerable positions again. And it's easy to convince yourself that you will never fall in love again and never meet the person of your dreams. But love is not a bad thing. You deserve to find companionship and be in a relationship where love and respect is present. You deserve a happy life. Now, I'm not saying you have to date again, but if you take a chance, a leap of faith, you may be surprised at what comes your way. So we are going to explore some aspects of your previous relationships and see if you have developed a pattern when it comes to being attracted to your partners, especially where the relationship did not work out. I want you to consider and think about the following questions. Are you always attracted to a partner with the same personality and traits? And are they the wrong ones for you? Can you put a name to those characteristics? Have your previous partners had personalities that have been domineering, jealous, bossy, protective, authoritarian, controlling, demanding, and strict? Or were they submissive, obedient, compliant, dutiful, respectful, or devoted? And what are you looking for in a partner? What are some qualities and traits and characteristics you would find desirable? Do you need to have common interest? And if so, what would they be? Does sex play a big part in your happiness? Would cultural difference pose a problem? Do you like sports crazy partners or intellectual types? Do they have to have a great body or be a great dresser? Is it important for them to make you laugh? Do they have to be a certain income bracket or a certain job? Say, for instance, do you like that they work with their hands or outside? A construction worker, a builder, or something like that? Or do you prefer someone who works in an office or someone who has to travel for a living? There are so many things to consider when you're looking for an ideal partner, and narrowing down what you do or do not want allows you to get an idea of what you're looking for when it comes to your ideal partner. So, exercise number 1. Remember all the questions that I asked you about what you were looking for in an ideal partner? I would like you to write down all the qualities you would like to find in your ideal partner. Write down your ideas in as much detail as possible so you can put your intention out into the universe. So do you want someone who is sensitive, romantic and passionate, strong, dependable and kind, rebellious, rugged and ambitious, intelligent, a risk taker, attractive or high maintenance? Someone who has a sense of humour, makes you laugh, the ability to laugh at themselves and have fun without having to have alcohol to loosen them up? Do you want them to be easygoing and take life as it comes? Is it important for you to have common values and goals? Do they need to come from a similar culture or religion? Do you need them to have the ability to forgive and forget? Is that important to you? What does your heart desire? What do you truly want in your ideal partner? What is important to you? I would like you to write these qualities and traits and characteristics down. So you can pause this webinar so that you can write them down, or you can write them down. So what we might do is, if you can pause or do this at a later time. So now that you have written down your qualities, traits and characteristics, what you want in your ideal partner, it's time to review these and ask yourself some more questions. Get this on. So, with the list that you have completed, what are the non-negotiable qualities and what are the negotiable ones? What traits can you definitely not accept in an ideal partner, and what ones could be the deal breaker? Does the perfect partner exist? Is it okay to have faults or different tastes and ideals than you? Can you look beyond physical attractiveness of this person, or is this the firm feature that you want when you are looking for your ideal partner? Now that you have some idea of the qualities and traits that you are looking for in your ideal partner, I'd like you to think about where you could meet this person. So this is where we complete exercise number 2. Going back to your list you have just completed, if you have put on your list that you would like to meet someone who has a great body, someone who is sporty or cares about what he looks like, what places could this person hang out? A gym might be a place to join, or a sporting club where sporty and great bodies go hand in hand. Are you open to matchmaking services? Would you consider one of the many dating sites on the internet? All questions that need to be thought through if you are wanting to meet your ideal partner. So going back to your list that you've just completed on the traits and qualities and characteristics of your ideal partner, write down the places that you could meet the person with the qualities that you find important, or do some research on matchmaking services or internet dating sites if this is the option you would like to pursue. You can pause this webinar to write down your thoughts. I would like to point out that we are all human beings and are prone to making mistakes. So if you are searching for the perfect partner, then you may have to remember we are all not perfect, and you might have to allow for someone who doesn't meet all of your needs. Don't reject someone because they don't meet all of the traits and qualities on your list. It's about balance, as long as they make you happy and meet most of your needs. You may have to compromise about some things, stand your ground on other things that really matter to you. They may be things like getting on with your children and close friends and other things that are important to you. So I guess what I'm saying is don't discount someone just because they don't meet all of the things you have written down on your list. And the last thing I'd like to say is be patient and be prepared to wait for your ideal partner. As with all my webinars, I like to share an affirmation relating to the step I've just covered. And the affirmation for step number 10 is finding love is, I am now ready to attract only caring and loving people into my life. Feel free to change the wording to make it true for you. Now let's move on to the next step. Step number 11, ideal future. What do you want your future to look like? What do you want your life to look like? Where do you see yourself in the next 3, 6, or 12 months from now? You have the power to shape your own destiny. It's about having the right mindset so you can implement the changes in your life and achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. It's time to choose to invest in yourself. Designing your ideal future involves thinking about your future plans and intentions, setting achievable goals, and taking the necessary actions to follow through and succeed in achieving the results you desire. It's about taking responsibility for your outcomes. It takes strength and focus to actually turn your goals into reality. This is about changing your mindset and empowering you to make actual changes in your life. Your outlook in life will become clearer when you plan and create your own future through setting goals. So you probably realize that in this step we are talking about goal setting, and I believe goal setting helps you visualize what you want in life. As I've said before, goal setting gives you direction and clarity and focus you on the practical steps you need to take to get to where you want to be in life. Goals don't need to be set in concrete. Just because you've written them down doesn't mean to say they can't be changed depending on changing circumstances. They should be reassessed and edited and maybe adjusted on a regular basis to meet your needs. I don't want you to set goals that are impossible to reach. I want you to set goals that are achievable, or if you think they are too big but they are important to you, I'd like you to look at breaking them down into smaller and more manageable ones. Stepping stones, if you like. I want you to succeed with all the goals that you are about to set. So we're up to exercise number 1. So this exercise in this step is to write down some of the short-term goals you would like to achieve in the next 3, 6, or 12 months. Take the time to brainstorm ideas for your goals. Consider what you truly want to achieve and devise a realistic time frame to achieve them. Imagine the goal, verbalize it, write it down. The more specific the goal, the better your chances of achieving it. Put in dates, times, locations, etc. As much information as you can. Make sure the details are clear and well defined. Write your goals in the present tense and in the first person. Write them as if they were currently true and you're in possession of them. Express each goal on an encouraging and positive note. For example, instead of, I will stop feeling sorry for myself, try phrasing the goal like this. I'm going to wake up each day and take care of myself, and I'm going to feel confident and optimistic about my future. So people often use the SMART method to creating your goals. So the S is specific. When setting goals, they should answer the following questions of who, what, where, when, and why. Instead of the general goal of I want to find love again, change to I want to find a partner that brings me happiness and joy. So the M stands for measurable. Your goals need to be able to be tracked and measured. So I'm going to get healthy. Change this goal to I'm going to change my eating habits and lose 4 kilos this month. That way it's measurable. You can measure the goal and make them attainable. Goals need to be realistic and attainable. There is no use setting goals that are doomed for failure. They need to be relevant. Your goal needs to be relevant to your life. They need to match your needs. And the T stands for time bound. This means setting a date and time frame to meet your goals, to keep you on track to achieve them. Having a goal timeline enables you to see how far you have come and how far you need to go. Since you can monitor your progress, you'll be able to celebrate your success whenever the goal is reached. So goals can be for personal development, they can be for health, business, career, financial, and they can be for even materialistic things and really life in general. So what are your short-term goals for the next week, month, 3 months? Set goals that are true to yourself. Don't base them on your perception of what others want from you. And remember, from time to time, review your goals. Adjust them to reflect your changing circumstances, experiences, and values. So I've put a goal-setting tool you might be able to use. This is just for one goal. Obviously, if you had a number of goals, 5 or 6 or 7 of them, you'd number them goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. So I'm just written it down for one goal. So feel free to add more lines to suit your needs. So the first one, it is, and you set your date, and I, your name, have set the following short-term goals. So you write your goal down, number 1. And this is how I'm going to measure this goal. And then this is the action I'm going to take to meet this goal. This is the time frame for my goal. And this is how I'm going to feel after I've achieved my goal. So writing it all down like this, it really becomes clear on what your goal is, how you're going to measure it, how you're actually going to achieve the goal, and in what time frame, and more importantly, how you're going to feel when you've actually achieved this goal. Now, the affirmation for this step, ideal future, is I'm ready to be grateful for everything I have in my life, and my future is positive and bright. Remember, you can change the words to make it true for you. So let's move on to the last step. Step number 12, positive vision. Creating a positive vision is about exploring a greater future for you. Your way of thinking, whether it be positive or negative, is a habit. And negative habits can be changed. Having a positive attitude and actively thinking in a positive way can have many health and life benefits. Everybody's vision of their future is different and can be achieved and created in many ways. The possibilities are limitless and exciting. The affirmations I've shared throughout my webinars is one way of looking at life in a more positive way. Positive affirmations are a well-respected practice that affirms your subconsciousness sets of beliefs. Positive affirmations allow you to become aware of your thoughts. They also allow you to challenge negative beliefs and replace them with positive ones. They are statements in the positive that state a circumstance or condition that you would like to attract in your life. The more resolute you are to make and accept positive changes in your life, the better the affirmations will work for you and manifest in real change. Affirmations can be about finding love, happiness, self-esteem, health, or joy. The list is endless. Some positive affirmations relating to love that you can use are: I attract only healthy and loving people into my life. I am worthy of love. I allow myself to be surrounded in love. I welcome love with open heart and arms. When you find an affirmation that you like and want to use, write it down and keep it handy. Use sticky notes and place them around your home to remind you to say them. Because I am on my computer most of the day, I have them on my laptop, on the walls in front of me, and stuck on my desk. So I can say them when a negative thought comes into my mind. I stop my negative cycle by replacing it with one of the many positive affirmations I have in front of me. It's so easy to do when they are in front of you. Because sometimes when you have that negative thought, you think, gosh, the negative thought is there and you just can't think of anything to replace it with. But if you have a sticky note right in front of you, so much easier. Another tool that you can use that is a more visual one is to create a vision board. This is one of my favourite ways of creating clear pictures and images of what I want to have in my life. Some of the things I have on my vision board are things I want to achieve and some inspirational quotes that keep me motivated. My list of images I put on my vision board changes and grows with my changing aspirations for my future. I find when I have achieved one of the things I put on my vision board, I take it off and I place it in an envelope. That way I can revisit the envelope at a later date and see how far I have come with the realizations I have made. It is definitely a motivator looking over the past achievements. So vision boards are the ultimate in manifestation. They serve as a tool to keep you inspired, they keep you on track and keep you motivated. A vision board can be made up of many things, including quotes, pictures, words that represent the future you want to create for yourself. They can include topics such as what type of home and car you would like, the furniture you want, the holidays and countries you want to visit, what your ideal job and career would be, what business opportunities you want to have, any material goods you want in your life, and fun and inspirational sayings. So don't limit your imagination and think that everything has to be on a big and grand scale. You may be heart set on a certain coffee machine or another kitchen appliance. So you can put these images on your board. The limit is your own mind. So to make a vision board, you will need either corkboard or cardboard size poster or a whiteboard big enough to hold your items you wish to use. And I've found cheap cork and whiteboards at the cheaper bargain shops. So, you don't have to spend a fortune, and you can get the pictures from magazines and books and pamphlets, or simply Google them on the internet, and then you just print them out. Try to find quotes and affirmations and words that inspire you. Think about the things you want to accomplish, the experiences, the places you want to go, and the people you want to meet. Imagine the feelings you want to realize and find corresponding pictures and images for these. Attach them to your board with either pins, glue, double-sided tape, or magnetic tape, and place the finished board in a place that you can see every day. So there's no exercise for this step, just some homework for you. Create your own vision board. Brainstorm some ideas for your vision board and have some fun creating your future. And remember to put it in a place that you can see every day. So the affirmation for this step is, I'm now ready to open myself to great prosperity flowing into my life. My future is an ideal projection of what I visualize now, positive and bright. And I'm sure that when you do your vision board, you will feel the positivity. So as normal, change the words to make it true for you. So in summary, we have talked about 3 steps here. Step number 10, finding love. Step number 11, ideal future. And step number 12, positive vision. Now, finding love, I got you to think about the previous relationships that did not turn out for you. And if you developed a pattern, were you attracted to a certain type of personality? And was the type of personality something for you to avoid, be aware of when looking for your next ideal partner? I had a client recently and we did the same exercise. After she wrote down the personality traits of her previous 3 failed relationships, she discovered that she was attracted to a partner that was mostly egotistical, self-serving, a pretty boy who cared more about his physical appearance than my client. So she had mostly met her partners at her local gym and sporting club, and she was a member of. So she decided that she was no longer going to date someone from this gym. From memory, this particular client decided to use an internet dating site, and I am pleased to say she's successfully still in a relationship. And another client of mine found that after doing the same exercise, that she had met her previous 2 partners at a nightclub. And they both tended to be party boys, always out for a good time and relied on alcohol and drugs, and that added the excitement to their lives. Now, while she met these 2 previous partners when she was out on the town with her friends, her main interests were more staying at home, reading books, watching TV, and mostly doing activities that did not involve going out to parties and nightclubs. Her life was more sedate. So when she realised that looking for her next partner in a nightclub was not going to be the best option for her. So doing this exercise can bring some clarity to the types of personalities you may have been previously attracted to and may not be compatible to your own personality. So we looked at the traits and qualities and characteristics you were looking for in your ideal partner. You wrote these down and looked at the ones that are important and the ones that are not negotiable, the ones that you want and deserve to find in a partner. It's good to write these down and become clear about your intentions and what you truly want. We then put places that you could find your ideal partner based on your list of traits, qualities, and characteristics. Would you consider matchmaking services or internet dating sites where you are connected with compatible people with the intention of developing meaningful and lasting relationships? And if you were going to go down that road, there are plenty of sites available for you to research and ask your friends what the good and bad points of each site is so you can make an informed decision on what one or ones to use. So the next step we covered in today's webinar was ideal future. And in this step, we looked at setting short-term goals. Now, I know I didn't mention about longer-term goals because I didn't have enough time to cover the subject in this webinar, but it is the same principles when you set short-term goals and when you set your longer-term goals we talked about the benefits of setting goals. I'm just going to have a drink of water. Thinking about and writing your goals is the first step in achieving them. It gives you clarity on what you actually want to have in your life. It makes them real and gives you the means to action them. Having goals makes you accountable to yourself. The responsibility for achieving them is yours alone and allows you the best you can be and grow as a person and overcome obstacles and boundaries when you are in the process of achieving your goals. They keep you focused on your future and they allow you to move forward with your life and make changes to get to where you want to be. Sometimes when we set the bigger goals, we can talk ourselves out of them. They seem far too big to achieve and insurmountable. But when we break them down into smaller, more manageable ones, we start to achieve and complete them. It only gives you the motivation to create in your plan and live your life to the fullest. Goals can be reviewed and changed and altered at any time, and looking back and seeing what you have accomplished and seeing yourself progressing towards your ideal future is a great way to build your self-confidence and open yourself up to all the possibilities life has to offer. And the last step I covered was positive vision. This is my favourite step. It's the one where you get to see what you want in your life. You actually visualise it through creating your own vision board. I love to see what my clients have created and how excited they become when they see what their future can hold. It brings a smile to both our faces. So we talked about how to make your own vision board, what you can make it from. Some people like to make their vision boards from a piece of cardboard. Others, like me, use corkboards so that I can easily pin items to them. But it's a personal preference on how you would like to make your own vision board, whether it be from cardboard, corkboard, or whiteboard. And then it's a matter of getting together your images, pictures, or photographs, the things that you want in your life. They can be material possessions like houses, cars, or images of holidays and travel, destinations, what kind of job you want to have. They can be larger or smaller items. Vision boards can include affirmations, sayings, mantras, statements, supportive mottos. Anything that inspires you and has meaning for you can be placed on your vision board. And remember to keep your vision board in a place that you can see it every day. Mine is in my office, and it keeps me motivated to keep working towards the future I want in my life. I love looking at mine, and I would love it when you created yours, you send me a picture of it. I love to see your creations. So I've covered 12 steps over 4 webinars. So I hope I have inspired you to find new and different ways of shaping your new life and provide some useful practical strategies so that you can move forward after your relationship breakup. So we've come to the end of webinar number 4, and I'd like to say thank you for listening, and I hope that I have been able to offer you what I set out to do, and that is to provide valuable content that is honest and straightforward. And that some of the exercises that you have completed have given you a different and more positive way of looking at your situation. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, if you have liked what you have listened to in this webinar and feel that I can help you further, or you would like to explore the benefits of my programs that I offer, I have 5 spots available for my 30-minute sounding board session as a thank you for listening to my webinar. Or if you would like to use this time with me, we could discuss further options that you can take to improve your current situation. I'm offering this free webinar, I'm offering this for free. Usually I charge $47, but you can today register for free. And I'll just put the pop in, shoppers and display, and this should be displayed now on the right-hand side of your screen. So in this 30-minute sounding session, we talk one-on-one about what's going on with your current situation. And you will walk away with strategies that you can implement immediately so that you can begin to feel happy again, get back on track and start to feel good about yourself. Now, I want you to begin your journey forward and live the life you truly deserve. I want you to love the person that you are. So you can click on the link below, or on the right-hand side of your screen is the thing now where you can just, I think it says get started. So you can press that, get started. It takes you over to the form, which I get you to fill out, and then I'll be in contact so we can arrange a time to meet, usually by Skype. So remember, there are 5 spots available. I share further insights, information and support through my Facebook community, which you are more than welcome to join, as Barbara Stevens, Breakup Recovery Mentor. To get more tips to get through your breakup, have a look at my blogs on my website. So it's www.barbarastevens.com.au, and there's a blog section. If you'd like to find out more about what I can offer you, please have a look at my website, barbarastevens.com.au, or email me at info@barbarastevens.com.au. So if you'd like to listen to the previous webinars number 1, 2 and 3, they are available to listen to on my website under free resources. I'd love to connect with you and hear your feedback on what we have covered today. Last thing I'd like to say is be gentle on yourself. You deserve happiness. I'm Barbara Stevens and I've enjoyed your company. Thank you.